are able to get a moment of silence, we organize here a moment just to welcome you. So, sorry that I bother you in this relaxing moment, and maybe you are tired to hear my voice. Today was enough. But anyway, I have the privilege to start and thank you all again to be here. And basically, I wanted to thank the host of this evening, LTC, which is on board of WMM24 finally. So we are very lucky about that, and we want to continue this adventure together even in the future. I want to personally thank the Bertelli family, and then talk about Daniele Bertelli and Aurelio Bertelli, Benedetta Bertelli, Stefano Comerio, who's practically helped me together with Martina Merenda to organize this conference together. So, again, thank you very much, LTC, and I ask Stefano Comerio to say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good evening to everyone. I'm Stefano Comerio. I work for LTC more than 25 years, so I stopped counting actually. So welcome to our party tonight. I'm very happy to see you all here, old friends and of course many new friends. Thanks for joining. The reason why LTC wanted to join this family, the WMM, is that we wanted to extend to the transformer industry and the electrical steel, grain-oriented electrical steel, this kind of event. So we are very proud to be here and happy to see you. Again, thank you very much for coming. So before we let you go to enjoy some food and some nice wine, together with our Prosecco, so family Prosecco, I leave the mic to Mr. Tony Valeri, who will have an interesting speech about. Mr. Tony Valeri is, let's say, man of steel for many years. So he will have a very interesting speech about the future of steel in our sustainable world. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Stefano. And I know enough not to stand in the way of Prosecco and some fun at the end of an interesting day like today. So I'll be very brief. I won't get into big technical speech at all. I just wanted to provide a more formal welcome to everyone on behalf of the Bertelli family and the LTC group. It's my pleasure to say a few words at the end of the first day of WMM 24. You know, a little bit of research, a little bit of history. WMM 24 builds on the many years of history of bringing together thought leadership from the magnetic materials and metallurgy. And, you know, we heard about that today. If you think back to, we heard about the concepts for hot band normalization. We heard from our own Simone Sormani, who talked about the evolution of transformers and core design and grain-oriented steel. And then we ended the day with new products and technologies of non-oriented electrical steels for traction motors. What you heard today, and I come at this from more of a public policy and regulatory perspective as opposed to a technical perspective. And so it was interesting for me to sit through the day and listen to the various presentations. Because historically, metallurgy and magnetic materials have always played an important role in our continued economic and social development. And I'm from Hamilton. Stefano mentioned man of steel. I'm not a man of steel, but Hamilton has often been referred to as Canada's steel city. Um, Metallurgy and metal is a very big part of the fabric of where I come from, of my community. I worked in steel as a student. Then I spent 13 years in Ottawa in Parliament in Canada as a member of Parliament and a minister, and then subsequently returned to steel and served as a vice president for a large steel mill in Hamilton. And so, during those years in the steel mill, as we met with customers and talked about customer needs and looked to find solutions for customers, it reminded me today that the work that you do, the work that the people in this room do, the innovation, the research, the focus on materials, allows us to meet the needs of our customers, the continued evolution. And we're at a point today where we see a big transformation in the economy. We heard a little bit about, electrification and the increased demand in EVs, but the movement to electrification as a pathway to lower carbon intensity for economies is very much at the forefront of what's happening. And so, like all transitions, there are those that are pushing to advance and embrace new technology. And I just want to say, in the time that I've had to get to know LTC, get to know the Bertelli family, I just want to share with you a little bit of LTC, a bit about the focused leadership and the kind of pioneers that the Bertelli family actually is, where they innovate both in their manufacturing process, but also working with grain and non-grain oriented steel manufacturers to focus on continuing to improve materials to build the best in-class transformer cores. LTC was founded by the Bertelli family approximately 65 years ago. Today, third generation, looking around the globe, building and expanding globally to meet the goal of clean electricity. Not only clean electricity, but the generation, the transmission, the distribution, and ultimately the electrification of transportation modes. And so we're seeing with the third generation, with the support of Aurelio, Daniele, and others, the international footprint is expanding. They're market leaders with production sites in Italy, in UAE, in Taiwan, and soon in North America, in Hamilton, Ontario, in that steel city. We'll have a footprint of LTC. And so we're very proud as Canadians to be able to welcome an organization, a global organization from Europe coming to North America to help serve and meet the market needs of Canada. So LTC is very well positioned to meet the market, and I would say at the forefront of the transition to electrification. They're a global leader in transformer cores for power generation, for transmission, for distribution, for traction, EV chargers, data centers, and instrument transformers. So as we think about the transition to electrification, in order for it to occur, there really needs to be some right conditions. Conditions need to be in place to allow this transition, this transformation to occur. And so I just want to say a few words about what I feel are some of the right conditions to advance technological advancement in innovation and also accelerate this shift to low carbon economy, and more specifically, the needed investments in magnetic materials innovations and the application and use of these materials to ultimately meet some of the public policy objectives that governments and countries around the world have focused on. So let me start with market pull. We heard a bit about the demand for EVs and the increase in the demand for EVs. Here in Europe, consumers are said to be very forward-leaning, consumers. They prefer circular products and environmentally friendly alternatives. I think this right condition, this market pull, is in part the catalyst to and for industrial producers of magnetic materials and electric machines to innovate, to support the end users like LTC to meet the market and to support that public policy objective. Second, I would say efficient and supportive regulatory environment. You need the right regulatory environment to then go and even innovate within in order to advance materials. In this case, we think of climate change, we think of the carbon pricing policy, and the impact it has had in increasing demand for electrification. Third, I think size and scale of industry partners. And I think just taking a look at the list of invitees to WMM24, you can see the scale and size of the industry partners that are here participating, sharing their insight, sharing their knowledge to advance magnetic materials and metallurgy. And then the last condition I'll mention, and I think it's a very important one, is this creation of technology clusters and events like WM 2024. I think like we heard today and that we're going to hear over the next couple of days, WMM 24 provides the platform for that robust discussion, and frankly in such a special place, on progress being made in electrical steels and other soft magnetic materials. And not just the technical advancements, but I think, Stefano, with your foresight and thinking of inviting LTC and looking forward to the application of those materials as a way and a path to lower carbon intensity economies, I think is a critical addition to WMM 24. So I think it's that robust discussion that WMM provides an opportunity for. Together, the technological advancements that are being made, shared with those that are applying this new materials and this new technologies to their products. So I think you'll agree. I think we had a great first day at the WMM 24 conference. So congratulations to Rena and to the hardworking team that did all the work. On behalf of the Bertelli family and the LTC group, really wish you a very successful next couple of days here at the WMM conference. Thank you for your attention.
Grazie.
Good job.
Grazie.
Any question for Mr. Tony Valeri?
Questions?
Onorevole Tony Valeri?
Questions?
You want to know more? Anyway, thank you very much for your time, your attention, and please, welcome and enjoy. Have a good evening.
Thank you.